Hello and welcome to NUFC Fans, a big lads edition where only big lads are allowed. If you enjoy going to the gym and couscous, fuck off. I am Ross, joined by Simon and Adam Cleary, who enjoys wearing a furry cape to work, offering as much insight as he normally does. Right.
Harsh.
Transfers.
Yes.
What's happening?
Not very much in the incomings, as far as I know.
I've not seen but a name linked, but I have read, just as we walked in the studio, something that could lead to something if we wanted to happen.
All right.
Watford have pulled out of a deal for Kieran Gibbs. Sky Sports breaking news.
You're obsessed with him.
He's a good player. Hang on.
He's all right. I probably would buy him.
You probably doesn't come into it. He would replace your boy. Of course you'd buy him.
But you see, I'm going to talk about this when we talk about the football. I think Mbemba's class on the left. Or he was one game, so that's enough.
I mean, who was he against? It was like Lanzini in the second half. He was.
Yeah, but Lanzini's their best player.
He's been injured for bare time, hasn't he?
Doesn't matter. Right. No, I just think him and Atu have got good shared brains, genetics and that.
Good. Right, transfers coming in. Nout.
Well, that name.
Prayer. I've read conflicting reports. Some say it would have been world class. Some say it would have been too much of a gamble for it to make sense. I don't care.
No, I'd like to sign some people. I don't really care who they are.
We've got more pressing areas of the pitch to.
Yeah, that's true. Especially considering how good Marino was. We don't need centre midfielders. Jack Callback is going to get put on the scrap heap, and we're still not going to need centre midfielders. £70,000 a week. It's outrageous.
What the fuck's that about?
It didn't cost anything. So
I understand that.
I would understand like 40 grand maybe. But yeah, 70 grand's stupid. He was wanted by West Ham, wasn't he? We obviously wanted him.
Too much.
That much.
Right. Transfers out.
Aye.
Few of them.
Yes. Riviere finally, because we've conned somebody.
Unbelievable little announcement video where he was posing. As if he's got a right to pose.
All right.
Being the shithouse that he is.
Yeah.
De Jong, gone.
Which I'm quite sad about because I think he was. But then I think about it and I think that's also stupid. I'm fully aware of that fact being stupid. He just looked nice.
I know he looked. When we signed him, I thought it wasn't too long after the two games against Man City in the Champions League where he
dominated.
Didn't tear him apart, but he scored a couple of important goals. And I was thinking, here we go. We've got a whoa.
That's what you think. That's what you actually think.
I'm thinking, whoa, we've got a little
actual footballer is what he looked like.
Aye. And then it turned out he was made of like paper.
Yeah. Did you see his emotional farewell message?
Very candid. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the balls on it.
I thought it was quite sad. Quite sad that he blamed himself.
He didn't blame
nobody said some things came down to me and some down to freak injuries and stuff like that. I was like, oh, CM.
What's come down to him?
I have no idea. There must be something going on.
An insight.
Don't know.
I've just kicked at him again.
He must have fucked Rafa off or something, haven't I?
Well, something's happened because I find it a bit. You are. We all are here at whatculture.com. Something's happened because he played the majority of the early pre-season games.
It looked like he was going to
put a worldy ball on for Gale at Hearts, and then he just stopped, just disappeared. Unless
the truth is that Rafa has had to completely change his approach, and he just wants him gone because he must cost some money.
He'd be one of the top earners, you'd think.
So maybe that's what it comes down to. He's looked at the value he's got on the pitch, whether he's going to actually play many games, and then how much his contract costs. And he wants somebody else. He must have somebody else.
He wouldn't have played 5 games.
Oh, no, I don't think he would. No, I don't.
But that somebody else would have been Prey.
Yeah.
Surely, because he's a cam, isn't he? So if not him, who is it? If he is replaced?
I don't know. I think Rafa loves Ayoze Perez personally, and I think he's just going to play 30 games this season.
Very kicky, wasn't he, on Saturday?
He was,
very little, something not right at home.
I just, yeah. Who, Ayoze?
Aye.
I just think he's not right in number 10. I think that's what's the problem with him is. And people are saying he had a good game. But, like, he put through the ball for Mitrovic, which is good. And he looks a lot more busy than he actually is. Like, he looks more dangerous. When in reality, he drops too deep. He never ever takes anybody on. He picks the ball up, touches it 5 times.
Now.
No, but he doesn't. Not from number 10. If he goes out wide, then he takes people on, but he doesn't through the middle. Never ever.
I personally like him better on the left, cutting in.
So do I. Or
but even
right
then,
at the front.
But even then, he needs to be up for it. He needs to have a firm pat on the arse before he goes out. Otherwise, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the thing about Atsu, who should be above him on the left-hand side, is that.
Well, he is.
I know. I mean, like, rightly so. He actually runs at people like he's direct. I don't think he thinks about it at all, which is good.
Is that because he's not capable of?
Possibly. I've said many times he's Luar Luar. He's just Luar Luar.
Yeah, that's not the way you say it, though, is it?
No, he looks like Luar Luar. But no, I just think that he's a better option. He's more direct. I don't know who's a better option, number 10, because we haven't got one. So it must be somebody coming in.
Fucking weird, isn't it? How Atsu was like bang average last season, and how he's
barely even got in.
More suited to the Premier League. It's weird how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose you expect him more in that little,
but some people actually said that in the summer and like lambasted on Twitter. How can you say that? He was shit in the Championship. I honestly thought Grant Hanley might be good in the Premier League because he fucking wasn't in the Championship. No, I'm joking. There's another one.
He's going, isn't he?
I hope so.
Norwich got hoofed 4-0 off Millwall.
And obviously they saw his performance against Huddersfield and decided, he's the man for us. And Nottingham Forest, sorry. That's the one.
That was Forest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Forest.
Very, very Mike Williamson of him.
Yeah, just absolute garbage.
Which is weird because this time last summer we were saying, well, why is Kieran Clark saying he's not going to get ahead of
I know, yeah.
Hanley. We're shit at this, aren't we?
Us, aye.
Aye.
Yeah, we are.
Right, Hanley's off. Lazar, there's a team that begins with B that I've never heard of before. Italy being linked with them.
I don't know who it is. I've never even heard that link.
Barzagli is a player that plays in Italy.
I just thought
Boneri is another player that plays in Italy. Begins with B.
Is it BN? No, I'm not going to
try. It's a long one. Like,
is it Buenaventura? That's not a team.
That's Portaventura.
I know, that's
I think I went.
Portaventuras in Spain.
Aye. Woody Woodpecker is the mascot.
Aye.
I went there circa 2K4.
Happy at times.
Aye. Before what culture?
I honestly thought that Lazar would have been gone by now. I think it's quite sad for him as well.
I wish I had a relationship with my agent if I had one.
Yeah.
Like he does with him. Just takes him over Italy and has a little drink.
Let's go and have a look at some clubs that don't want you.
Does no work and then comes back. So there's 2 that need to go.
Yes.
Any more? Saive, he was getting very excited for the second
goal. He was on the bench, wasn't
he? Was it the second or third goal? He ran all the way up the touchline, jumping all over them. I think
must be a nice lad in the changing rooms.
Someone's trying to overcompensate for their lack of footballing ability by being a lad.
Yeah. I'd prefer him to Jack Colback in the squad. So.
Well, he can't offer anything less.
No.
But the thing is,
but he can play up front.
He's not shown anymore.
He because of that shit shower of a game against Nottingham Forest, he ended up front at the end of the game. So he offers
that's where he plays. Cause that's where Football Manager says.
I know. When we signed him, I thought he was. He was that young kid who were linked with him years ago, weren't we? When he was.
Sure, it was like Football Manager 2008. If you bought him for like, I think is he Le Havre, was it? I don't know. I might just making that up. But he bought him though, and he won everything.
Yeah, he was class. Scored loads of goals. But video games aren't real life.
So I reckon he'll be one of the top earners since we bought him when we were panicking.
Yes.
He needs to
Shelby will be, and he's not going anywhere.
Shelby's 80 grand a week, isn't he?
Yeah. Would you put him back in?
Shelby?
After them 2 on Saturday?
No.
Neither would I.
Well,
so that point
we're agreed on.
Yeah.
Adam?
He'll say something contradictory. Well, I just think, Colback should play.
Right, aye. Yours needs to go.
It's quite a long list of them. Colback's definitely on the list. Actually, no, although it isn't. They keep saying that the squad's too big. And like when you get rid of players, and I don't see it. You look at the back of the programme, there's fucking millions of players. But they're all kids.
That bar laser who it was that played against Forest does not count.
No, I know. But he's on
somehow
there.
Scott Parker
had
intercourse with a lady while he was up here and produced Dan Barlaser. Because that man was just pirouetting like you bastard Turkish ballerina on against Forest and passing back.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He made a couple of good interceptions, like to be fair to him, but not up to scratch whatsoever.
No, he's the reason why it was obvious that they were throwing that game. No, we're not throwing it, but like just not
controversial.
Just not caring about it. Like you've got Jack Colback, who is fit supposedly, and who didn't get anywhere near the.
Yeah, but they're trying to keep him polished and nice for a new club. Look at our shiny little ginger.
But he doesn't do anything that would put him in danger. Doesn't injure himself.
He's always sticking his leg in.
Aye, but to injure the other players, he doesn't do it himself. But who's going to buy him? Nobody. 70 grand.
We should just. Who was it that we were going to offer it for free? Was it we were going to buy somebody for free? Or we were going to offer somebody. Haidara. That's what we should do. That's what. Is Haidara gone?
No, don't think so.
Because I'm sure we offered him somewhere, because of his inflated wages, we offered him somewhere for no transfer fee.
And then we got money.
We should just offer Colback everywhere. West Ham will take him. The fucking state of Mark Noble on Saturday. Colback's better than him.
But they must have done that. They must have already done it, and there isn't even a sniff of a team in the thing.
Silly bald wankers in charge, and he doesn't know what he's doing, does he?
No.
Being controversial, Dave.
I know.
Because
we're not getting told off to behave ourselves.
Who, by Adam?
Yeah. He's the real authority figure.
He's certainly the glue that holds this shit house together.
Yes.
But transfers out, dealt with. Let's deal with the game.
I think we'll. I honestly think we'll sign 2 or 3
What
players.
we've surmised is
we don't know anything.
Aye.
Yes.
There might be 1 or 2 coming in.
I think
there'll be 1, 2.
I think there'll be 3.
Who?
That come in. I don't know.
Just name the name.
I don't know. Zidane. But Rafa. The thing is, Rafa said that we won't know. Like we're being linked to these people that he's actually talking to. And there's no point reading the media, since they just make it up as much as I do. I could just pick a name out here.
Do it.
And it would be exactly the same as if they'd written about it.
We'll say it on News Loud now later.
News Now.
Go on, name a few.
Hey, I broke a story on News Now once. I found out about Gail Bigger-Ramana signing before anybody else. It's the first person.
How?
The driver who took
What have you been doing to Gail Bigger-Ramana?
I spoiled him for everybody. The driver that took him to his medical. Found out from him. Yeah, I don't get anything.
5 years now. Oh, no, you're proud of that, are you?
I am, yeah. That was my scoop. My qualification for being on these videos.
Right. Well, transfers.
Done.
Let's just surmise. Now it's going to happen.
If it does,
not much
we're not going to know.
Yeah. No point to hype it up, all this malarkey, because...
But Sky Sports News need to. It's Thursday.
We'll still be sat there like mugs watching like we were last year.
At 5 to midnight or whatever it is, and then kicking off on Twitter for the next 2 hours and not going to bed, and then regretting it on Friday.
Right.
We're all sad.
We've been away for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Games that have happened. Huddersfield. Quickly discuss.
I thought that nobody deserved to win that game.
I thought that they did because of one moment of quality.
Yes, from Aaron Moy, who I called Aaron Mooey last time, because I put him in my fantasy
team. Because you're racist.
Because I am, yeah. I'm not. In case anybody's listening. I put him in my fantasy football team, so of course he scored.
Why did you do that?
Because I want some points. I'd rather my fantasy football team win than Newcastle. It's not true. But he's a good player. He's the kind of player who changes games. Like we don't really have that many of them, to be honest. Shelby was one of them, but he didn't play because he was a moron.
Marino was a coward.
Yeah.
Massive coward.
Aye.
A disgrace to football.
Marino was.
That's what Souness said, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right, aye.
That noble stallion.
I know. But he wasn't like it wasn't like that game was won or lost anywhere else. It was just one goal from.
It reminded me. I said this last summer as well. It reminded me of a Pardew performance.
Yeah.
Like nobody was up for it, and the other team were like, right, we can see these lads are proverbially bent over here. Let's take advantage.
Which is exactly what they did the year before. They came and. Sorry, was it away?
No,
they beat us at home, man.
No, it was at home.
They came and showed absolutely no fear, but they're one of the only teams.
No, the difference was then. I'll tell you what they did. Everyone was in their own half for the first half, and then when we were stretching towards the end, they beat with 2 goals at the end, I think. I remember Gale missing a penalty but scoring the rebound.
Yes, with his head. Aye.
I mean, that's... Well, hang on, let's talk about him.
Yeah,
I read this morning. He might be off.
Yeah.
Ruthless Rafa sacking Gale off, which I find incredibly
I think
moronic.
I think it's weird
if it's true
to do it, unless he plans on anybody winning a header. Because look at the way Hossley won every single header that came anywhere near him on Saturday. I haven't seen Dwight Gale win a header in.
Well, he's not there to do that, is he?
No, I know. Which you would think you wouldn't put fucking long balls onto his head in that case if he's not there to do it, but they do it. That's how they play. Rob Elliott kicks the ball out from far. Or Lascelles scores for them.
What's
he's kicking his shit at the minute.
Can he put somebody else's boots on or something? Because it's not right what he's doing.
It was poor. He's throwing still pinpoint accurate, but his kicking's gone off the boil a bit. Sam Smith, isn't it? Simon Smith, goalkeeping coach.
Oh yes, double S.
Under Bobby.
You can buy his used training gear on classic football shirts.
You're still looking at that sort of stuff.
I fucking love that, mate. Classic football shirts.
Used underpants. Shola's used underpants. 30 pence.
You'd sniff them.
Oh God. A lot of people on Twitter would.
Here are my underpants. All laid out in a row. Rob Elliott got shot on by a bird at the weekend.
He did.
Why do I had a
seamless?
Seamless link I don't know. This is all over the shop. This. Come back, Adam.
Please.
But I've got a hypothesis, me.
All right.
Why don't we just hire a magpie to shit on everybody and we'll win all the time?
That's quite a specific training requirement.
You can chain it or a kestrel.
Well, now you've said kestrel.
Raffles on the touchline.
Just
shit on John. Brings good luck, doesn't it?
It doesn't bring that much good luck because he had one save to make and he almost fucked that up.
I was going to say, did the bird shit on him before or after that double save?
I think it was before.
That's a shit. That just blows everything out the water, then, doesn't it? We'll have to rely on being good footballers, won't we?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, instead of a complex plan to get birds to shit on everybody.
Right, Huddersfield.
Yes,
that was shite. Forest.
That was even worse.
That was
abject.
3 minutes. It was all right.
It was a good goal, actually.
Yeah.
But that was it. Those first 3 minutes were good.
And it just stopped.
The rest of it was just awful.
Barlaser thought he was in Swan Lake rather than St James's Park. All those pirouettes. I feel like I'm making him a scapegoat, which isn't really fair.
No,
but it was clear he was out of his depth.
That's the kind of thing that happens when you put a person like Dan Barlaser. At the start of the summer, he was linked quite heavily with going to a Turkish club. I thought that was the end of it. Would never see him. He's just one of them James Coppinger types who sort of gets near the first team and then does nothing.
Is that James Coppinger, who's been at Doncaster for about 1,500 years?
Yes. And Jamie McLean, another one in that sort of ilk.
I used to be Facebook friends with him.
Did you?
Might have been a fake account. You never know. I like to dream, though.
You send him
I like to dream. Aaron's was, I thought, great.
Yes,
until he apparently got injured.
Aye. Pulled his hamstring or something like that. Oh, but although they said it was cramp at the end of the game, but like, if it was cramp, why didn't he play on Saturday?
He needs sorting out. He needs a witch doctor rather than some butter from Big Derek, who's used training gear you can buy. It's hilarious to watch.
You're getting kickbacks.
What?
You're getting kickbacks.
If they want to, I'd love it. I love that place, mate. I love collecting football shirts. Anyway,
never came in the back.
It was funny because everyone's like a large, medium, XL tops. Big Derek writes there 3XL, head and shoulders above the rest.
Well, he doesn't even run out now, does he?
Butter.
Is the inside of it just butter? Just absolutely all over it.
You won't believe it either, huh?
I would. No,
you won't believe it's not butter.
Oh, that's awful. Adam's back.
Anyway, Forest was awful.
It was painful to watch, and I could see it coming as well because it got to 90 minutes, and I was like, I don't want to watch any more football. I want them to score, and they hit the bar, and I was like, fuck's sake. And then went through the most painful extra time I've ever seen, in which nothing happened apart from them scoring.
So something did happen.
Well, apart from that, yeah.
I don't think of any bright spots from that. That's the emptiest I've ever seen St James's Park for a match day, personally.
And it was still 20...
It was half full.
25 or something. It was bad.
There wasn't any, was there?
Apparently there was some... I don't know whether I believe it or not. People singing "What a Waste of Money" at Jacob Murphy.
Well, I mean, we didn't hear that from our corporate hospitality, did we?
Well,
that's right, everybody. I got invited in the box, didn't I?
You did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that game.
No, I would have topped myself if it wasn't for the ox's cheek,
which was lovely. Sausages as well. You don't care about that.
I thought he was, as I said on the night, he's great when he's galloping, but when it comes to actually doing a bit of skill or kicking the football on the Forest game, he couldn't do it, which I found a bit worrying.
Aaron's.
No, Murphy.
Oh yes, I forgot who I was
I
talking
didn't
about.
hear anyone chatting, what a waste of money, though.
No, neither did I. Apparently, it was just some idiot kids in the corner who'd like obviously bought tickets just for that game. But that happens in cup games. They come along and they think they're fucking Billy Big Bollocks. And
Potato water.
I think it's a very. I still think it's a very strange decision to buy him. Like it's come out
It's
and
proven
people
to
are
be.
saying that he's probably a second or third choice, but he's not because we didn't get linked to anybody else in that position, and he cost 12 million.
It's proven stranger by the week because we've got the manager who complains that he's not getting what he wants, but then he was given presumably what he wants, which is a nice wad of cash, and he spent it on
bought him.
backup.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't get it. He mustn't have been. Richie must have been like in the summer. They must have thought he's not going to play, or something along those lines.
I mean, he's defying on Saturday he was defying expectations.
He's very good. He's just. I still think he's a bit slow.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why he was defying expectations. He was just the little touch he had before he crossed in for Clark was
well. It wasn't just the touch, the
velvety,
the tracking that he did, and he won the ball back, didn't he? It was lovely. I like him. I think he's one of them.
I'd like if we could get a nice pacey winger in. I'd love to see him number 10.
Yeah, so would I. This is what we said this at the start of the season. Maybe that's the plan, or just swap him with Iosi. You haven't really got a gimme game to do that in though, because we haven't got a League Cup game.
We've got somebody relatively easy next, I think, haven't we?
Like Huddersfield.
That was never easy. That
no, but it was easier than. It's I believe it's Stoke next.
Is it Stoke?
Stoke or Swansea.
Now I watched that game on Sunday with them in West Brom.
The glamour tie.
We can beat them.
Yeah,
they are crap.
They are.
But they have just spunked £18 million. I need to stop using such crass language.
Spunked potato waterhead. Yeah.
Aye, on
no, but it does look like they've spunked it.
Kevin Vimmer.
Yeah.
So he's a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah. Don't know anything about him because Spurs bought him and didn't play him. So
he's an impressive specimen.
So is Mike Williamson.
Is Lejeune back then?
John Joyce. Well, he was supposed to be. It's what, 3 weeks? No,
I mean
2 weeks.
That looks like a mouth-watering tussle for Graham Souness et al., who like the courageous Bravehearts and whatnot.
But who would you drop? Lascelles?
Yeah.
Probably. Didn't put a foot wrong.
Right.
West Ham didn't do anything in the final third, so it wasn't exactly.
It's like when back in the day when we played Portsmouth when Sibierski was here, and Sibierski looked like
a world beater.
The original Ronaldo against Noé Pamarot. It's like it's all in context, isn't it, lads? Let's just settle down a bit.
Yeah.
Right, West Ham. Let's just discuss that a bit more, even though we've just covered everything.
It was good. It was really good. I was really impressed. I fully expected to lose 1-0. I wasn't expecting too much head into it, but then they were dire.
Why?
Absolutely dire.
That's like John Carver Newcastle.
It was. It's odd. Like I thought Arnautovic being out for them was a big problem because he's creative. But then I thought Chicharito would do with some damage, and he just didn't. It wasn't in anybody's pocket. He just, when he got the ball, he did nothing with it. Absolutely nothing.
It was just, as everybody said, from all corners of the country, we just wanted it more.
Yeah.
Imagine it being so simple, Premier League football, just putting that extra bit of effort in.
But it was all down to the fans. I'm not going to get into that, though.
What do you mean?
Because straight after the game, there was a lot of self-congratulation from people saying, you see, that's what happens when you cheer. We cheered the last 2 games as well. It's got fuck all to do with us. Nothing at all.
We've got a bit of a part to play, I'd argue.
I don't think we have.
We do. We do, I'm telling you.
When you go to the circus, the crowd doesn't make the clowns funnier.
I'd have imagine like Paul Dummett playing in like Galatasaray Stadium when they're bouncing, he'd shit himself. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah.
That's what we've not been like that for years, but
we didn't do that at West Ham.
That's what I mean. I don't know why I said it.
Yeah.
I'm just using an example.
You're playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But
that's what presenters do, isn't it?
I know, that's true. Argue with us. I just think it was just a bit. Who we should be praising in that situation is Rafa Benitez, who I don't often praise that much, and I very much didn't after the Huddersfield game, because he attacked, just attack, and we'll actually score goals.
I don't know. The way Rafa's been going on, I think as the weeks go on, he cares less and less the way he comes across in interviews and stuff. So I was thinking whether it was like
It could be
back in the days of Smith and Nolan, where the players just went, right, let's
do it.
Let's just do it anyway.
But the thing I think about Rafa is he's getting asked the same things over and over again. I don't think he's sick of the situation. I think he's sick of the questions more than anything. I mean, I would be anyway, and I'm very much like Rafa.
Just take a minute there to reflect on what you've just said.
I've won a few Football Manager titles in my time.
Who hasn't there? Who hasn't?
I think, I think he got it right, very much, and I don't think he's sick. And like yesterday, somebody talked to one of his coaches, and I know this is a stupid source to go by, but he said he's not going to West Ham, like he's happy. And
who, Rafa?
Yeah.
Was that ever on the table?
I don't know.
I think
they've still got a manager for a start.
I know they've assessed. It was last night, wasn't it? They assessed their options and came up with Bilic.
Decided he was still the best. God help them. I think he's had a shit time there, to be honest.
I think he's still living off that first season, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it's this isn't a West Ham podcast. Who gives a shit?
I don't think Rafa would. Why would Rafa go to West Ham over us?
Money.
He gets £5 million a year, nearly.
Not that money.
4
money to spend.
But they're not going to do it after they've spunked fucking 16 million on Chicharito, 23 million too much on Arnautovic.
They do seem to throw it about a bit, West Ham these days, under Del Boy. What's he called?
Del Boy?
David?
David Gold.
Oh, they're both called David, aren't they?
Yeah. Gold and Sullivan.
2 Daves and Karen.
Yeah. 2 Daves, 1 Karen.
Anything else to talk about?
Not really.
What's going on? Apart from the games, is there?
What do we need to be done in the next 2 weeks? It would be much
2
longer.
weeks?
That's the 10th.
Oh, right. I thought you meant the transfer window.
No.
Anything... Wait, the exact opposite of what Gareth Southgate is doing. Have you seen this, Malarkey? He's gone to the New Zealand Rugby Union side to find out their environment and the culture and how they win. He's
Do you know what that is? That's called genetic superiority.
That's called, I want to go to New Zealand, please, will you pay for it?
Exactly. They're a culture bred on playing rugby and being absolutely massive. You can't do that with
And he's brought in this other rule that was...
Oxlade Chamberlain.
What was it called? It had some funny little title. It's about punctuality and always wearing a suit. And it's like Euro 96 the last time we did well, and the warm-up was getting pissed. Just bring that back.
And then everybody took offence at that bloody stupid woman. Eileen Drury or whatever she was called.
Who was that?
The spiritualist that Glenn Hoddle.
Oh, aye.
I mean, they didn't. They took offence at what Glenn Hoddle said. Yeah. But, that was the big thing. Everybody was like, oh, you can't bring in witch doctors. And Gary Neville...
Also can't.
Say that, no, I'm not glossing over that. I'm just not going to reference it. Because I'll say it in the most despicable way. But having a spiritualist tell your players oh, this ghost thinks you got to score a belter on Saturday is not worse for me than Gareth Southgate saying, if you don't wear a tie, we're going to lose.
So Rafa Benitez, if you're watching,
get a spiritualist.
Get Yuri Geller in. Derek Akora. One of the finest moments in television history. That. What's that?
Yuri Geller offered to help England at one point. I'm pretty sure he offered to help us as well.
I'm sure he scored a goal for England, Yuri Geller, from a helicopter in the sky with a spoon.
Did he? That's the strangest sentence I've ever heard.
He claims to have done
also, Rafa's assistant looks like Yuri Geller.
I know.
Loads.
Maybe it is him. Maybe it's his son.
Who knows? It's not his son, he's old.
I think so's Yuri Geller.
This has been premium content today.
Just have a moment's silence.
For the fallen quality.
Just on reflection.
Oh,
just,
right,
yeah. There's nothing else to talk about, is there?
Not really. 3 football games and not that much.
3 football games and no transfers.
I honestly think that we'll come in after the transfer window and we'll do one about the signings that we've made and how happy we all are that we've now got. Trying to think of somebody who would just be stupid.
Go ahead. Let's get some news now stories generated. I think we will sign
Musa Sissoko.
I think we will sign Kieran Gibbs.
I don't.
I think we will sign
Jack Wilshere.
No.
You're just reeling off people you want.
That ship sailed, I think. Fabian Delph.
I would really like that. I'm surprised he hasn't gone somewhere, to
He was on the bench on Sunday or Saturday.
They haven't got a big squad though at them, have they? Like Chelsea, supposedly signing Kennedy. Keeps going on the bench. Although they've signed Oxlade-Chamberlain now, haven't they? So
Not gone through yet, but
they're signing him.
you'd think that going through would free up Kennedy to come up here. But I'd rather have... we didn't need a winger, really, on the left. Atsu's doing fine. Kennedy's not that much of improvement on Atsu going forward, surely.
He plays all the way. Like, in fantasy Premier, he's a striker. He's listed as a striker, as forward. I mean, that's not anything to do with the reality of the situation, but there you go, I'm just telling you.
I know, but if we're given a choice between Kennedy and Gibbs, get Gibbs in.
One's a free loan, and the other one would cost, I would imagine,
it won't be a free loan. I know, but this is it.
No, but he'd cost like 2 million on loan or something.
Sell some shares, get him in.
Spend all that De Jong, Luca, 5 million.
Apparently, it's not as much as it was quoted in the paper. Because I read 4 million yesterday. 1.8 I read on Twitter today, quoted by some Dutch journalist.
I heard 1.8 before 4.
Of course you did. Who from? Gail Bigerimana's?
From the driver. The driver who took him to the bank to pay the money in.
I don't know any names.
That's the thing. Like, we kind of just pick.
You know, I was thinking, by the way, Sturridge.
Yeah.
Or Origi.
Well, he was linked, wasn't he? On loan.
Origi.
Because they'd never let him go.
I don't know, he never played.
Still, the thing about but
he wasn't even for the future. He wasn't even in the squad on
Sturridge is Sturridge is a nightmare though if you sign him and he gets injured for the entire season, because he could come in, he could play every game, score 20 goals, or he could come in and play one game and he's
I read up before throwing that name in there, because apparently he's over it all. He's got his there's been a big hoo-ha made about his sensible haircut and his lack of celebration. Apparently he's all business now.
Gareth Southgate again. But
apparently
that doesn't fix his hair isn't attached to his knee. The hair bone is not attached to the knee bone. I've heard that's what I found out.
They're all connected, man. It's called a skeleton.
The great circle of life. Your hair skeleton.
Aye. You're the one that said bone.
I know. Hair bone connected to your head bone. That's what I was doing.
Fuck me.
Any subscribers left?
So we've got... That's it. Free wages. Wages freed up, I mean.
Free wages? I'd love some.
Wages freed up.
There must be something happening for this, for them to be going after these like big. I know that they're not signings who would keep, but like they must be doing it.
Mitro would not describe me. Described.
He's large. He's very silly.
He's from Ashton. He's a Serb.
Scored a good goal again.
Well, apparently he's off.
I expected him just to trample all over. Joe Hart.
He was funny, wasn't he?
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. What the fuck's happened there?
But he didn't like... He got shown up in that a little bit, but the other two he didn't.
He was kicking the ball out of play.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah.
Not the player I saw when I used to follow the England.
I've always thought he was a bit overrated, to be honest.
Of course you have.
Because of course I have. You definitely sound like Cleary now.
But Mitro apparently still might be away, I read this morning.
Yes.
Despite scoring at the weekend. I would not let him go.
Neither would
I wouldn't let Gale go.
No?
I wouldn't let anybody go apart from the absolute dead wood.
Yeah, if we're signing another striker, then fair enough, maybe. Get rid of one of them strikers. On loan. I wouldn't send Mitro out permanently, because he's going to be out for a couple of games if he gets done for that elbow.
He's getting done for that. Well, I don't understand. Is it a problem running through the club, or we've just got a couple of knackers on the books?
You can't imagine that Rafa's riling them up. At all.
I don't know.
Get out there and take some scalps.
He's a bit confrontational, isn't he?
Fact. No, I don't think he is. I think that's incorrect. I'll be honest. I think he just blows a bit hot. Mitrovic goes out on that pitch as if John Carver has been like poking him in the eye for 10 minutes before the game.
John Carver would miss if he tried to poke somebody.
Nipping the back of his arms or something, like he used to do to Theory. God rest him.
What are you laughing?
What am I smiling for? I don't know.
We'll end it there. Unless you want to continue. This podcast has been ended about 6 times.
It's like Lord of the Rings. What, nerd reference?
I don't know what that means.
Nerd reference.